Hey guys, it's Poochie. Welcome to the Road to 100K series of videos. What we're doing in these videos is we're taking an eBay account from zero in sales to $100,000 a year in sales, only selling clothing, most of it pre-owned, thrifted clothing that you can find anywhere. I want to teach you that it's possible, number one, and number two, give you some tips and tricks on how to do it. We're going to go through how much sold, what the costs and expenses were, not only on eBay, but also on the different platforms that we sell on, and what we ended up putting in our pocket. And also, I'm going to go through some items, specific items that we sold, tell you what to get, what to look for, what to stay away from. So hopefully these videos help you. We're getting closer to 100K. I have some good news and some bad news about one of our platforms. So let's get into it. The bad news about one of our platforms is my Depop account got hacked, got taken over, got stolen, whatever you want to say. And Depop has been complete clown shoes in trying to get it back to me. We're going on 4 days now of me just trying to get them to send a password. They keep saying, okay, we've got you. We've recovered your account and we've sent a link to recover the password. But they're sending the link to the scammer, the person who stole the account. The one link they did send me did not work. So it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on with Depop. I'm very, very frustrated with them at this point. So I don't know what we sold on Depop. I know we sold some stuff, but I don't know what. And once I get back into the account, I'll figure out what. I'll figure out if I'm late shipping. I'll figure out if my money got stolen. I don't know. Right now, I'm very disappointed in Depop. I'm not going to spend as much time listing there in the future, in the immediate future, because this has just been a train wreck of a situation. So customer service is very poor at Depop, I'm going to say. Anyway, let's get into what sold. We had a great week on eBay. Probably a record week on eBay. And if we're just looking at eBay, and if we can continue and keep up these sales on eBay, we're at 100K. Because we're actually, this week, if you multiply it by 50, we're actually at $105,000 in sales. So we're getting there. Let's get into the numbers of what we did. Here you can see our eBay, all the numbers here, $2,031 in sales on eBay, which is awesome. Now I'll tell you, we're paying 5% extra in eBay fees. And why is that? Because we got hit with items not as described. Now, let me tell you some of the kinds of items not as described that we got. One of them is a sweatshirt that had pilling on it, which is those little balls. Okay, so we took pictures of the pilling and put it in the listing, said in the listing, please see photos to, best judge condition for yourself, right? And we still, eBay won't take it off. Even though we described it appropriately and had the photos there showing the pilling, they won't take it off. The other one is a t-shirt that was extra large, and the guy who got it said, this is an extra large. I wear an extra large. This is more like a medium. So the guy, whatever. In the listing, it shows the tag. We took a picture of the tag, says extra large, and there's also measurements of the item showing that it was extra large. eBay still won't take the item not as described off. We've appealed it. They don't care. To be honest, they don't care. They want the extra 5%. I mean, I'm just going to say it. They want the extra 5%. They really don't care. So anyway, we're paying an extra 5%, which sucks because we'd have like an extra $100 in profit in our pocket this week, but whatever, it is what it is. It'll hopefully go off eventually. We haven't had any items not as described for quite some time. But, knock on wood. Anyway, let's get into the sales. 80 items sold on eBay. That is up $2,031.06. If you multiply that by 52, which is a year, it's $105,000 in sales. So this week we're at $100,000 in sales. Now you ask, what's going to happen to this video series when we hit 100K? Well, number one, it's going to be awesome for you to be able to look and see how we hit $100,000 in sales on this account. And number two, the next series will be titled The Road to 200K, because we're not stopping. So anyway, the whole purpose of this video is to prove that you can do it. You can still make a good living on eBay. I know a lot of eBay sellers, including I was one of them, went to Amazon because it was greener pastures, more money, blah, blah, blah. But thrifting is what I love to do. So I came back to eBay and I decided to do this channel, just thrifting, to show that you can run a very profitable business thrifting, or going to garage sales, or going to flea markets, or whatever. It's what I love to do. So I decided that, I'm getting a little older. I want to do this. It was also, so you see here on Depop, no clue what we did. Had a website sale, which is awesome. We want to try to build the website sales. Mercari, again, non-existent for us. I went back on Mercari, but I don't have that much listed. So Etsy, I sold one item for $90.99. Which I'm very happy about. I paid like $2 for it. Let me show you what it is. I usually don't show you this stuff until the very end, but let me show you what this is. It's really cool. Now, there was a 10% coupon off of this, but I did get $1. I profited $1 in shipping. So it's autographed, right? It's got 4 signatures. It's just beat up. I don't even know. I mean, that could be Dale Earnhardt. I don't know. I don't know who it is, but it says gasoline is for washing parts, alcohol is for drinking, nitro is for racing. Just a really cool shirt. I put it up for $99.99 and it sold for 10% off. So thank you very much, whoever bought it. I only paid a couple bucks for it, so I'm very happy. Poshmark, 11 sales, $207. I've been selling a lot more. I would say, I don't like to use the word bread and butter. I like to use the word bagels and cream cheese. So I've been selling a lot more bagels and cream cheese stuff, the middle of the road stuff. Let me show you. This one I wanted to show you because this is kind of NASCAR shirt people like. It's got that big, huge graphic on the front, very bright, very bold. We get a lot of NASCAR stuff in. Not all of it sells for decent money. This sold okay. It's got the Aflac duck. The Aflac duck looks like he's driving the car. Took a while to sell. NASCAR, I mean, I think people are picky what they buy in NASCAR, but that's 2 racing shirts that have sold, that $90 one and then this one, even though that one I don't think was NASCAR. Here's another one, Suicidal Tendencies. eBay actually removed this because it says suicidal on it, which I don't understand at all. I don't understand at all why they would remove something that's an actual like band name or whatever because it has suicidal. I mean, I know the world is woke now, but it's a band name. So you can't remove everything. It's just stupid. So anyway, I sold it on Poshmark. Didn't sell for a lot, but I was happy. This one is one of my favorite items. Betsy got this at Goodwill, so we're all in at $4.50, I think, or $4.46 or whatever. But it's just so cool. It's a ladies. It reminds me of Keith Haring art. But it's such a cool, I mean, who knew Wrangler did stuff like this? I mean, we've all seen the Brush Poppers and the George Straits, but who knew they did stuff like this? This is a beautiful shirt. Sold for $40. I think I had it at 70, and so I got a $40 offer. I was like, yeah, that's fine. It gets it out of here, and, we make money on it. So let's see some of the other stuff that sold. Gabriel. So this, right, is some sort of, means, it's French and it means my own dress or something like that. I don't even know what it means. But I wanted to show you this so you could see that even off brands, because it's not a great brand, will sell if they're plus size. right? We've had this a long time. We sold it in a 40% off sale, which I am fine with. Get it out of here and get something else in. This I wanted to show you because be careful when you're buying sets that is like a shirt and pants. I know suits, suits are sold shirt and pants, but anything else that's like a set, that's like I don't know. I don't want to buy these anymore. One of the members of the team bought this, and I was like, oh God, I don't want to sell sets where it's like you have to take measurements of 2 items. You have to make sure both things fit the person, because a lot of people are bigger on the top, smaller on the bottom, or vice versa. But it finally sold, which I'm very happy for. This is just to show you that Columbia still sells. A lot of people will not pick up Columbia anymore, but I think we got this probably for a quarter or 50 cents, because that's how we pick up Columbia now. And it sold for $19.47. This again, definitely, I wouldn't have even paid 50 cents for these. These are quarter. These are a quarter day here. Joseph A. Bank, so they sold for $18.80. We had them a while. It took them a while to sell, but when we put them on 40% off, I'm very happy. I don't know why we even had them priced that high. That's got to be somebody else, because I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, so 40% off sale is working. It's taking. Let me show you the goals for this week. I forgot to go over those. Improve inventory quality. Definitely been doing that for the past couple months. Clear out old inventory. Definitely doing that, as you can see by what we're selling. Source at the bins at least once. Hey, we sourced at the bins twice, and the second time we killed it on Friday. Aggressively market with sales, etc. Definitely doing that. It's increasing sales. Run at least 3 Whatnot shows. Did not do that, because I'll tell you why. Whatnot is the least profitable of all of our sales platforms, and so I just didn't have time. I want to give Whatnot a shot. The goal is to be regular on there, build a Whatnot clientele, a Whatnot audience, but it's just not in the cards when we're have so much other stuff going on sometimes. So that is a struggle, and I did not meet that goal this week. LL Bean, this is another 25 or 50 cent item. We do not pick them up unless they're 25 or 50 cent day, and we find plenty on those days, or the bins. We'll buy them at the bins. So probably 50 to 75 cents, no more than $1 paid, and it sold for $18.04. This I just wanted to show, because it's Johnny Cash flipping us off. It didn't sell for that much. We do good with graphic tees, but a lot of graphic tees, the newer ones, cheap, which I understand. They sell them at Walmart, for God's sakes. This is to show you some Disney stuff does good. This is a newer one. I think this is probably, I don't even know. I don't want to say that, but this is a 50th anniversary Walt Disney World shirt. Some Disney stuff does really good, some doesn't. Some of the obscure characters do better. Like, there's so many Stitch, right? There's so many Stitches, but a lot of people love Piglet, and how many Piglet things? Or a lot of people love Lady from Lady and the Tramp, and how many Lady and the Tramp things are there? So sometimes the more obscure characters will do really well too. Ocean Pacific blouse is just an old one. I thought it was cool. It sold for probably, I think, about $15. It's the time of year for that. These, I had a guy, it was so funny. I had a guy offer me $25 right before these sold. And he said, hey, I don't know what your deal is, but there's a pair that is one size larger that somebody's selling for $25. So I don't know why you won't accept my offer. And I said, hey, my best advice for you is to buy that pair that other seller is selling that's one size larger, and then you have money left over for a belt, because I'm not selling mine for $25. So they sold for $38. These, big style Y2K baggy stuff just sells, and those are the keywords you want to use, right? Skater, hip hop, baggy, Y2K. You could also use streetwear. Those are all keywords that work pretty well. I did this video yesterday. This is why I'm a day late. I did this video yesterday. It was beautiful. And and my microphone was not turned on. I don't know how it got turned off, but it was not turned on. So I came out last night to do it again, and the internet was out. So it was horrible. I don't like to be late with anything, so I apologize this video is a day late. But now, today, I'm not prepared to do the video, so I have my coffee. I'm only half in, and I've had to do this all over again. It's horrible. Carhartt, I wanted to show you this because Carhartt is not what it once was. This is Carhartt 2XL. I had to mark it down 40% to get a sale on it at $10.82. I'm not picking up most Carhartt things anymore, unless it's the jackets or the pants, some of the jeans maybe if they're cheap enough, the shorts or the double knee stuff, but otherwise the Carhartt shirts I'm not going to pick up anymore. It's sad. This I wanted to show you because it's an Otani jersey, Shohei. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Otani. But another player signed it. Another player autographed it. I had so much trouble selling this. I could have sold this if it was just a jersey, but this guy's signature, I actually should have tried to erase because it made it worth less, apparently. So I sold it 40% off for $51.29. Finally, I mean, we had it a year, I think. I was glad to get it sold. Miss Me jeans also, not all of them are great. We sold some that we've made money on. These obviously we didn't. They sold for $14.24. But yeah, some of them do great, some of them don't. When you photograph things, don't photograph them like this because it's hard for people to see the actual jeans. This is the way Betsy decided we were going to photograph jeans a while ago because it was just easier. No, you want people to be able to see the whole jeans and what they look like. So you don't want to. Don't take pictures like this. It's no bueno. These I wanted to show you just that Polo Ralph Lauren are selling. We paid probably 25 or 50 cents for these because I do not pick them up. It literally, unless they're at the bins, or 25 or 50 cents anymore. So they probably sold for $20. Maybe they sold for 18. I don't know. But they sold, and they sold for a very good profit. J. Jill we pick up, sold for $23.74. We like the brand. We do very good with the brand. This is a 2X, so it's a plus size. On some of the standard sizes, you're not going to make as much of a profit. It might be a little harder to sell, but the plus size stuff goes pretty well for us, as in all brands. Speaking of plus size, Torrid. Torrid's another brand. When you get up above the 3X size, it does well. I hate that they do their tags like this though. 3. I hate that because it's so like I've told my people that when we're listing stuff, I want it to be 3X. Because it is, in fact, a 3X. It's not a size, 3. It just bugs me that they do that. I get it, but it's like it makes it confusing for people who are shopping. Because if you see something that's a 2, is it a size 2 or is it a 2X? Just makes it more confusing. But anyway, we pay literally nothing for Torrid. We'll find it at the bins for 25 or 50 cent day. Tommy Bahama, I wanted to show you this because a lot of people only buy the Tommy Bahama wild stuff, but that's not all that sells. This one is just a plain sweater or sweatshirt. Very simple. 3X though, so we sold it for $33.59. Probably paid $4.50 or $5.50 for it. These Alan Flusser pants I got for 25 or 50 cents. I think 25 cents. So yeah, I love Alan Flusser, the brand. Some of their stuff, some of their shirts do really well if they're bright, bold, and colorful. The plain ones, not so much. So unless it's bright, bold, or colorful, it's like a 25 or 50 cent item for me. That's all I'll pay, or at the bins. This, I did a video short about this because I thought it was so cool. The bell rings. It's got a clapper in there. The clapper's taped down, but the clapper actually rings. And I love cow stuff. I don't know why. I have a fascination with cow clothing. I can't explain myself. I can't. I might need therapy. Anyway, part of my time growing up was on a farm. Maybe that's it. But anyway, it was a really cool one. I showed Drea the video when I came home, and she was like, "You didn't buy it? Are you crazy?" So the next week, we went to 50-cent day, because we go once a week on 50-cent day. We went, and it was like still there, and it was $2.99, so I had to buy it. So I paid $2.99 for it. It sold for $19.94. Might have sold for a little bit less with an offer, but I was very happy it went to a good home. I like to save the cool stuff, especially the cow stuff, and send it off to a good home. A good home. Ping. This is 25-cent or 50-cent item. I do not pay more for them. It sold for $19.94, the golf vest. I get a lot of golf vests for 25 and 50 cents. It's the craziest thing. I get a lot of Ralph Lauren slacks, pants, for 25 cents. It is very strange to me, but I'm very happy for it. This Levi's, I got a couple of these. They're really cool, really the thick denim button-up Levi's shirt. This one sold for, I believe, $35. But again, I paid $4.50 for it. Did I pay $4.50 for it? Yeah, I paid $4.50 for it. It came from Goodwill. This is a 25 or 50-cent item, or at the bins, possibly. But I love picking up these obscure... See, it's not even old. I love picking up these obscure, just restaurant, bar, business t-shirts. It's kind of, I don't know. It's something else weird about me, I guess. But I will pick them up because I think they're so cool. The original Pinky Masters bar. So it's just a t-shirt for a bar. It sold for $15, and I paid like a quarter or 50 cents. We get a lot of North Carolina stuff here. UNC, as this is. It's got some damage. Betsy always points that out when she does pictures. It was 4XL. So yeah, I got it. I'm not sure even what brand it is, to be honest. Coliseum. Okay, well, it says right there, I guess. Not in the greatest condition, but still sold it for $27.92. Like I said, we get a lot of North Carolina and Duke stuff here. Also Wake Forest, Clemson, South Carolina Gamecocks. So we get all those colleges in here. East Carolina Pirates also. So we get some really unusual Duke and North Carolina stuff, and those are really popular schools. So that is one thing that's good about living where we do. Marmot shirt, sold this for $25. It's just a really pretty, look at the colors, just a beautiful shirt. So paid probably $4.50 for it maybe, but we always do pretty well with Marmot. Again, we do better with the more colorful things, kind of like this Ralph Lauren. We've been selling a lot of Ralph Lauren lately, which I'm very grateful for. It's one of my favorite brands to pick up, but I've learned to become more careful or more cheap. So what that means is I'm very careful what I pick up at full price, and when it's cheap, like 25, 50 cents, I just get it. I don't even have to think about it. So this is new with tags. Okay, it's new with tags, but it's an older label, right? It's a double extra L, so it has a few things going for it. Number one, new with tags. Number two, it's a plus size. It's 2XL. Those sell better. And number three, it's got very nice colors. Okay, so that is why it sold for, I think, $35. Christian shirts do well. Some of them do really well. Some of them not so great. I mean, First Baptist Church, boring, isn't going to sell for very much. But if you have like First Baptist Church and you have a really cool picture of a cross and some sort of great design, it's going to sell. This is like a Sprite shirt. So it's Let His Spirit in You, but it's like a takeoff of Sprite. We've had this, I got this in Tennessee, so we've had this for a long time. I was very happy that it finally sold, and I can't believe it took so long to sell. This one, Cool Simpsons, an early one, 2001. I See Dumb People. It's a takeoff on 6 cents, sold for $27.07. Finally, it did take a while though. Island Passport. This is another one that is not. It's not even like a brand that we ever look for, but I looked at it and I went, it's a light shirt, it's white, it's a nice shirt. I'm not sure if it's a linen or not, but it's 4XL, so we're going to get it. It did not take that long to sell, and it sold for $23.74. Again, that's something we pay like 25 or 50 cents for. Literally, I would not pay full price for that. Lucky Brand, here's one I probably did pay full price for because I thought it was awesome, and it's 2XL. The reason I think this is awesome, it's like Western. So you see Western Pearl Snap here, right? So that's something that people are looking for. When the design comes down like this, right, or in a V, okay, that's kind of a Western style, and then it's got the flat pockets, which people love, and the pearl snaps, which people love, and the colors. I mean, look at the colors; those are beautiful. So anyway, that sold for 25, I think 25 or 26. Here's another Ralph Lauren chambray. Like I said, we've been doing better with Ralph Lauren. This one sold for $30. These denim style Ralph Lauren shirts sell pretty well for us, and you have the flesh pony here. Some people call this the color pony, but we call it the flesh pony. So, and a lot of people call it the flesh pony as well. So just a nice, it's not a big size or anything, just a nice Ralph Lauren. This is from the 90s. This is a very early Nightmare Before Christmas. You see there the early Delta Pro weight tag. Very early Nightmare Before Christmas promo shirt. I had it at 90. I finally just gave up and sold it for 30. I was like, you know what? I paid $5 for it. I want it gone. Yes. Take it for 30. You know, sometimes I get like that. I just get tired of having something. Maybe it's a slow sales day and I just want to pick it up, and I know I'm still going to make money. So you can always do that. You can always, if it's your slow sales, you want to pick it up, you know you're going to make money. Don't be scared to take a really low offer on something that you have priced up, especially if you've had it for a while. Free People shirt. This is really cool because it's just like kind of a snakeskin, kind of a, I don't know, it's just a cool shirt. This is what the Free People tag looks like. It says We the Free. That is Free People. So when you get something that says We the Free, make sure you list it as Free People, not We the Free. Bugatti. This one, lady bought it for her husband, sent it back because it didn't fit. No problem. We do free returns. Relisted it. It's a little bit, the picture's not as great. This probably should have been steamed out a little bit, but we like to keep the conveyor belt, moving. Bugatti is a great brand. This is ombre, so that means that it goes from light to dark. And a lady sent it back, and we relisted it, and it sold immediately for $28.49. So Bugatti is a good brand to look out for. Chico's is a brand we used to sell all the time. Then we kind of stopped, and then we decided, yeah, we can do that, but only in the the larger sizes. So this is a Chico's item. We didn't pay that much for it. Probably, I would say probably a couple bucks, maybe, or maybe even a quarter or 50 cents. And it sold for $24.99. Lululemon, Betsy got this for 99 cents. And the reason we priced it so low is because it had marks, it had pit stains, it had all sorts of stuff. Still sold, I think, for $15 or $16 when we only paid 99 cents. But she didn't really notice the damage when she got it. She got so excited about the Lululemon at 99 cents, Lululemon is a brand that is hit and miss for us. Some of it does really well. Some of it does not, so make sure you're looking up stuff before you are selling it. I wanted to show you this because it's just a brand that's not great. We see Morona all the time, literally all the time, and we leave it. So this is something we would have gotten 25, 50 cent, or the bins, very cheap, so it probably cost us a maximum of 75 cents, and sold for $17.14. It's just a really pretty, nice blouse. You don't always have to go by brands. You don't always have to go by brands, because if there are other factors that are involved, like this is just a nice, pretty pattern. It's a nice size. It's extra large. It will sell. You just have to find the price that it will sell at. And it may not sell as fast as like Rowback golf shirts, but it will sell. Adidas Aero Ready 2X. This is another thing we don't really pick up. I probably got this for 25 or 50 cents, or maybe at the bins. But yeah, it sold for $18.94. Price is important, guys. So is size. Price matters and size matters. Be careful what you're buying in extra smalls and smalls, okay? Because there is just not, the buyer pool is not there for those sizes. The buyer pool is there for medium, large, extra large, to extra large. That is where the majority of buyers in the United States are, okay? So be careful what you're buying outside of those sizes. The larger sizes like the 3XL, 4XL, 5XL, we do pretty good with, because there's just not as much of that on the market. South Pole is one of my favorite brands to buy. I've had this too long. I don't know why it took too long to sell, so long to sell, but it was 4XL. It's really cool. It's got the puffy letters on the front, right? It sold for, I think it sold for $30. But I was only into it for a couple. North Face, some North Face stuff does not do that great anymore. I wanted to make sure that I put this in so I could tell you. This, I think, sold for $18 on Best Offer. We've had it for an awfully long time. I think but you got to be careful what you buy North Face, because not all of it sells for as much as you want it to sell for. It'll all sell, but some of it you're going to be selling for less than you want. This is a cool Delta Gets You There shirt. It's vintage. I had it for a long time. It lists all the places that Delta flies to. Sold for, I think, $20. And again, I think I paid $3, $4, $5 maximum for this shirt. So glad it finally sold and went to a good home. Machine Gun Kelly. This is a really cool shirt. This sold pretty quick. It says to Justin Bieber Big Tour, but they have Bieber crossed out, and it says, we were not permitted the rights to this name, so we covered it with a piece of tape. Right? Just a cool shirt. Sold for $25 pretty quick. This one, and I paid probably a couple bucks for it. This one, again, I paid a couple bucks for it. Sold for, again, I think $25 also. This is a Texas Motor Speedway. You can see here it's vintage. It's on the Kia tag, which I've never even heard of. Make sure you go to defunked.com, defunkd.com, and you can date your shirts based on the tag. They have a huge database there. The reason I got this is because it's Texas, it is racing, and it is red, white, and blue all over. Look how cool that graphic is. So I knew that was going to sell, and sell well. I paid a couple bucks for it, and it sold for $25. Last thing, this sold within 15 minutes, guys. Literally, I have never, since I started this account, I've been selling on eBay for over 27 years. But since I started this account to do just clothing, I have not sold anything this fast. This sold like that, 15 minutes. Vintage mouse shirt, skillet, drum solo, promo, no clue what it is. The person listing it knew exactly what it was. It's got some marks, some discoloration. Still, I think I paid $2 for it, and it sold for $34.99 full price within 15 minutes. That is how we did this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you know what to kind of look for, what to kind of be careful with, and what to stay away from. We'll be back next week, hopefully on Monday, if things go well. Remember to buy low, sell high, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe also to the Poochie's Pickers channel, my other channel, where we actually go out and do the thrifting to find these things. So I appreciate you watching so much, guys. Have a great week. Let's make some money, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully, we'll keep the sales up on eBay. That will definitely be a goal. See you later.